Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is I here with you, Eric, at Carnage Reviews. We're taking a look at a film I've been very much looking forward to covering on the channel, the 2021 ultra-violent made-in-Taiwan film known as The Sadness. The Sadness was directed by Rob Jabaz, and I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly, and it stars these names I can't pronounce, so here you go. Before the bloodshed begins, just a quick reminder to please consider subscribing to the channel. It's the best way to keep up to date with everything going on here at Carnage Reviews. Just tap that subscribe button and also tap the little bell notification to be notified when I upload new content. And if you enjoyed today's video, please also consider tapping it a like. Alright guys, let's get to the bloodshed. Medical experts and government officials butt heads over a flu-like infection known as the Alvin virus. The government in Taiwan has refused to take large-scale measures to prevent transmission of the virus, and many people doubt the virus even exists. Virologists fear it has the potential to mutate and cause serious illness. Jim takes his girlfriend Kat to work, and then goes to a coffee shop where he encounters an old woman he had seen earlier at his home. The old woman spits in another customer's face and burns a coffee shop worker with hot oil. Jim manages to escape and discovers that everyone has gone crazy. Their eyes blackened, with tears running down their cheeks as they indulge in sexual and violent debauchery. After being attacked by his neighbor, Jim makes a desperate attempt to go to Kat, who is on her way to work while the chaos begins to unfold even more. Damn, I don't even know where to start with this one. The Sadness is violent, depraved, and downright offensive, and I fucking love every minute of it. To me, this is what horror should be. A simple story with interesting characters and great practical effects. Don't get me wrong, there is a place for CGI. But man, to me, 100% of the time, practical effects will always look better than CGI. The Sadness makes me think of a Category 3 film. For those that don't know, Category 3 is a rating in Hong Kong. It's basically the equivalent of an NC-17 rating, which, for those that don't know, the NC-17 rating was made to replace the X rating. So NC-17 is basically films that are not suitable for anyone under the age of 18, and that's what a Category 3 film is. In the 80s, and I believe maybe 70s, these films, Category 3 films were pretty huge. Like an example of a good Category 3 film would be The Untold Story, or The Ebola Syndrome, which The Ebola Syndrome would make a great double feature with The Sadness. The Sadness is certainly the product of the time it was made as well, too. It was made during the pandemic, so it played into all that craziness and unknown that was going on. I mean, we were all basically just living one real-life horror movie, and just be glad that what happened in The Sadness didn't actually happen in reality. And sadly, and yes, pun intended, I can't show you a lot of the scenes in The Sadness due to the strict rules of YouTube. I definitely don't want to become, canceled or banned from YouTube, that's for sure. But believe me, trust me when I tell you, it's got plenty and plenty of the red stuff. And it has a lot of depraved sex and just a bunch of scenes you're just going to be like, wow, One scene in particular, there's this guy and this girl, she's sitting in a wheelchair recovering from an eye injury. She has her eye is missing out of one socket. And the guy decides he's going to stick something in her eye socket that she probably wasn't expecting. And we'll just say that he's very overstimulated, and we'll just leave it at that. My favorite scene in this Sadness is when Kat is on the subway. She's getting harassed by this businessman guy. In fact, in the movie, he's actually credited as the businessman. And this guy enters the subway wearing sunglasses, and he just randomly starts stabbing this guy, and then it just escalates into a whole sea of violence. It's insane. The Sadness takes the fear from a real-life event and just combines it with sex and violence in a very easy-to-follow plot that just gets more and more insane. I'm really excited to see what's next from this director because this was actually his feature debut. So I'm very excited to see what he does next. So as I always say with films with this type of subject matter, the sadness is definitely not for everyone. In fact, don't be showing this film to little Timmy and Jenny on Christmas morning. Mommy, did that guy just stick his dingling in that woman's eye socket? If you're a gorehound or you just enjoy good horror films with practical effects, you'll love this sadness. I give it 5 infected bloody skulls. My best rating yet. Thanks for checking out today's video, guys. What are your thoughts on the sadness? Whether you love it or hate it, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please tap it a like, and if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, guys, I bid you adieu. Goodbye.